Hi, this is David Hawthorne at astroview.com. Today is the 19th of September 2012. Now we're going to take a look at the time of the crash of the Hindenburg, which was 3 days after it launched from Frankfurt, Germany. So it was May 6, 1937, and the crash was at 7:25 p.m. in Lakehurst, New Jersey. So if you remember, on May 3rd it left around 7:30 in the evening, 7:15, something like that. And so in both cases it's a Libra rising sign, which is an air sign ruled by Venus. And Venus in this chart also is in the 6th house. And it's weak in old age. 26 degrees is old age. Anything past 25 degrees is considered old age. So Venus ruling the chart went into the 6th house of fire, explosions, accidents, mental tension. And we see that Mercury ruling the 12th house of foreign lands is also utterly weak at 29 degrees old age. If we go take a look at the timing of events, we see that it was a Jupiter main period in this chart and a Rahu subperiod. That started in 1935 and it went until the end of June 37. So this accident took place in May 37. So right in here. Jupiter main period, Rahu subperiod. Let's go take a look at Jupiter. Jupiter's in the 4th house of conveyances and transportation. 4 degrees infant state, it's weak. Less than 5 degrees is called weak infant state. And Jupiter is in Capricorn, the 10th sign of the zodiac, which is Jupiter's debilitation sign. So Jupiter has no way to protect. And Jupiter rules his 3rd house. This is the 1st house where Libra is. 1st, 2nd, 3rd house. Jupiter rules the 3rd house of Sagittarius. It is debilitated in the 4th house of transportation and weak in infant state. And the 3rd house rules self-initiatives, so entrepreneurial type of activities. But the bigger issue is that the subperiod is Rahu. And Rahu, we know, is the northern node of the moon, and it is a mathematical ecliptic point in the zodiac. It can cause an eclipse, some sort of sudden, unexpected disaster. So let's look at this Rahu, how it's operating. It's sitting in the house of wealth and status and continuation of life, continuation of family life. And it is in Scorpio, which is its debilitation sign. So, number one, it's a very weak situation. And Rahu aspects 5, 7, and 9 houses from where it sits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it doesn't bother Moon because Moon's at 3 degrees and Rahu's at 22 degrees. So if they're greater than 5 degrees apart, no problem. And Rahu is not causing any trouble to Saturn because Saturn is at 8 degrees. But this Rahu is clearly afflicting Venus at 26 degrees. So this is within the 5-degree orb, and this can cause some sort of unexpected catastrophe connected with Venus ruling Libra, which is an air sign. And Venus is the natural significator for transportation, what we call conveyances. So airplanes, automobiles, boats, trains, and in this case it's the Hindenburg. So we can see that this is not ideal. And even you can look at the next subperiod there with Saturn, main period and subperiod, and Saturn is in that 6th house as well, very difficult place. And Moon ruling the 10th house of career and the public also down here in the 6th house, weak in infant state. So there's not much protection here. So same thing, we have to take a look at the charts for the moment of departure, and then we will see some problems. And here, of course, was the moment of the landing when the Rahu took over. It gave some unexpected calamity, some unexpected eclipse, operating out of its debilitation sign, afflicting Venus ruling the chart. So I think that's pretty much the reasons behind the problem here. Also, if we do take a look over here at the Navamsh chart, we see that Sun is in Libra, which is its debilitation sign. And so that's not good, because Sun rules the 11th house of friendships and income. This was most of the people on that Hindenburg were friends and wealthy and royal, basically. And Sun was debilitated here in this divisional chart. So these are the main points for the departure of the Hindenburg and the crash of the Hindenburg 3 days after it departed from Frankfurt, Germany.